Hello.
Hello, welcome to a Yarn Shop Podcast, episode 13.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Are you impressed?
Is that what you was doing in the kitchen, just quickly having a look in it?
No, I know that it's... What's going on with this? Keeps flicking up. No, I know that it's episode 13. What's happening?
That's your baby bump.
I need to tack it down.
Shall I get some sellotape?
This is a podcast where we talk about being yarn shop owners, the things that we get up to, the stresses, the good bits.
The absolute highs of running a yarn shop.
And also anything else that tickles our pickle.
Yeah.
In the moment.
Yeah. This is our second video in a row. That's what I'm more amazed about. The fact that we was able to, have an organised system that we could actually get 2 videos out in the space of a couple of weeks.
I know, and hopefully there'll be one next week as well, because I've got a project video plan that I've been making notes on.
Are you saying we might actually go back to
no.
1 video a week?
No, because after that, don't know. Got no ideas.
Well, your sock video.
Oh, the jumper.
Your jump video should be after that, no? So that could be consistent video schedule for once.
For a month.
Yeah, then it will all fall apart again.
I really wanted to do Vlogtober. I had this...
Well, it's the second day.
I had a lovely romantic idea of doing Vlogtober. I had an idea for an intro and everything.
So what is Vlogtober?
I think you just vlog.
How do you say it?
Vlogtober.
Vlog. Vlogtober.
No, vlog, like a vlog.
Right.
Tober, like October.
Oh. Merging them.
Welcome to
Synergy.
the internet. So, yeah, I had a romantic idea of doing Vlogtober, but also I'm lazy.
So what is it then? Do you just...
You just vlog every day in October, like Vlogmas that you do in December.
We've never done that.
No, we haven't, but people do. And like a 5 or 10 minute video of your day.
And get that on YouTube every single day.
Exactly.
Right. Who edits these videos?
Well, this is the thing, and also I'm boring and I'm lazy, so it'd just be me coming to work, going home.
Well, it'd be us coming into work going... Oh. And then customers come in and you go, woo, and then it goes really quiet. We're like... Oh. And then it's home time.
Yeah, so I like the idea, but I just don't think I've got it in me to think of interesting ideas to do each day. And even I used to watch people's vlogmases, especially when I was on maternity leave. I'd watch vlogmases in the middle of the year. They're just comforting and cosy. I love watching them.
Right.
And people making their stuff for Christmas and getting all festive. And you can do that in October as well and getting all... It's not called festive, is it, in October? All autumnal and Halloweeny.
Can't relate.
I'm not that person.
I feel like after 2 days we've drawn out, it'd just be the same video.
I know, that's what I mean. Everything is rushed and last minute. I've got no time at all. I sit for an hour in the evenings knitting after putting our daughter to bed, doing tea, tidying up and all that.
Oh, so you'd film it at home?
I don't know. This is what I'm
We
not
can't
sure.
film at home because it's just going to be what can be described as the chaos of our house, which
That's
is full
what I
of
mean. Our
dolls
life is
and
just
tedders.
chaotic, so it's not going to be a nice, gentle video for people to watch. It's literally just going to be me going, ah! And then doing a little bit of knitting.
And then tripping over a doll.
And then, ah! And then,
Why don't we
God, I've got to get this knitting done for a shop sample.
Why don't we do a Saturday? Because Saturdays are pretty interesting in the shop. When's knitting after?
Next Saturday.
Why don't we do a vlog, a day in the life of the shop on a Saturday from start to finish, from the wee-soaked lift on the way in,
Yeah.
to the homeless guy doing drugs on the way home, and all the joys in between. And then that will go after your jumper video. So then
that's the 5th video.
That's the 5th video. So then we're almost getting to double digits.
No, we're not.
I think, yeah, let's do next Saturday as a vlog, like a day in the life of the shop, because we've got a lot happening, so it'll be a bit more interesting than just the usual Saturdays of really busy, gone quiet, really busy, gone quiet, stop the shop, can't find a yarn for some reason, and all of a sudden it just appears.
Yeah.
Let us know. Would you like to see that? We're definitely not doing a month worth.
We could try in December and do Vlogmas.
Yeah, but I edit the videos.
I know. Well, you don't have to do
And
it.
also, so in case no one's seen last week's video, which is a behind the scenes of a new yarn launch,
Yeah.
Hannah approached this idea as this big, grandiose video. We filmed loads of stuff. We filmed loads of time lapses. I put it all on the laptop, started editing it. It came to like 4 minutes.
It took us weeks to sort that as a doc out, and it was condensed into 4 minutes work.
And we was aiming for 10.
How degrading.
So that's why there's a jump in time, because it was just sat there in 4 minutes. I was like, YouTube short, but no, it's the wrong aspect ratio.
Yeah. But also,
Could we just put a 4 minute video up? That's not really that interesting.
I forgot to film me putting the patterns on, and that took days. I hate putting new patterns on the website. It takes so long getting all the pictures, trying to think of something interesting. I've given up trying to think of something interesting to say about each one.
It doesn't take days, it takes months, because we'll sell a pattern and it's not on the system, and then I'll just find that you've left it in draft.
I know.
So I don't go behind you and start putting it all active because you forgot that bit.
I just hate doing it.
I think that video came out alright though, because it was kind of like, hey, here's all the new stuff. Time jump. Okay, some of it's gone well, some of it hasn't. If you've seen that video, let us know what you thought.
Yeah, well, actually, speaking of some of it that hasn't gone well, if you've seen that video, we were saying that the Sirdar Stories Chunky didn't go very well. I've decided to send half of it back.
Which breaks my heart, because I didn't want to be in a position where I'd have to contact the brands and go, all right, can we return this? But realistically, there's a lot of it downstairs.
Sorry to interrupt the video. Me and Dan are trying to get to 3,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you are enjoying our videos, then please subscribe and give us a like. And yeah, back to the other video. See ya.
Well, I'm sending 20 packs of it back. Which, what's that? In sales, that's £60 a pack times 20. What's that? 60 times 20.
120?
No, that's... No.
6 times 6 is
600?
12.
60 times 10 is 600. £1,200. No. What?
Whatever the number is, we weren't making it.
Why can't I figure that out in my
I
head?
don't know. But the invoices are due.
Yeah,
And it's just sitting.
I just said to them, I can't afford to have 20 packs of wool sat downstairs that isn't moving on the shelves, and that could still be sat there next spring. Like, we could like when I was adjusting the stock yesterday and taking 10 off of each colour, most of them still had 10 in stock. We've probably sold maybe 6 balls of it in nearly a month, which is awful.
For Sirdar Stories,
That
yeah.
is, and completely a shock to us because the DK goes so well for us. So
Well, yesterday that guy bought 7 or 8 balls.
he bought 10 balls, yeah.
Like the DK flies out and the chunky for some reason. And like apartments, like maybe it's because it's cotton and that's more summery. But then we get people in that don't want cotton and they don't want acrylic and they don't want wool. So I'm like, well then cotton. And they'll be like, well I want Himalayan alpaca. And I'm like, who the hell sells a Himalayan alpaca in a shop?
It's an acrylic and cotton mix, isn't it? And it is really good for crocheting, but they didn't release any crochet patterns.
But then the knitted
Because-
jumpers.
Yes, because I think that they will be saving that for spring summer, the release next year. But it hasn't gone well. We've had a customer last week complain that it was too expensive, and she can get it cheaper online. But I've had a look online, and I think we're £1 more than...
The cheapest I've seen it is so retail Sirdar and what we have to sell it is £6. The cheapest I've seen it is online for $4.99. But then you've got delivery of £3.50. What annoyed me about that customer for a number of reasons was she spent a lot of time in the shop, spent a lot of time with us, and then when we showed her this, she wanted Sirdar Chunky. We said the snuggly. She said yes. Turns out it wasn't. It was Stories Chunky. She found the pattern she liked, looked at all the colours, and then proceeded to stand there with her husband and price check online. And as she's paying, this is the bit that upset me. As she's paying, she felt the need to look at us and say, we're not buying the yarn from you because we've seen it considerably cheaper elsewhere.
You're just
online.
you're just too expensive. To which I was taken aback because that's just rude. And also I said to her, well, we're independent. We don't get the discounts that the huge online retailers get. And we're not selling it as too much. That's the price.
I think her husband has searched Sirdar stories.
And
if you search Sirdar stories, like Amazon's doing it for £2.
there's DK version.
The DK version. So I think he's
Yeah.
seen the DK version and not clocked that there's a difference between the DK and the chunky.
Yeah. That's the conclusion that we came to. That's how we're making ourselves feel better about it.
It still upsets me though, because people do this where they'll come in and go, oh, you don't see yarn shops anymore, and then proceed to tell you that they've seen it for £2 elsewhere online or something. And I'm like, but if you have an online yarn shop, you don't have the running costs of a shop. You don't have the rent, the lighting, the staff costs, and blah, blah, blah.
And also, if you're spending 100k plus a year with a brand, obviously they're going to give you a bit of a discount. So then you can pass that discount on to your customers and still make money.
And you can sneak it into the shipping, because if you're buying one ball of Sirdar Storage Chunky online and postage is £3.50, the likelihood from my years of experience shipping is that probably costs about £2.50. So then you're making that pound back on the shipping side of things.
Yeah.
Like our shipping, I'm trying to do it as cheap as I can.
And you know what? If we get the shipping wrong and we do charge too much,
We refund.
we refund the difference.
Which makes no sense, because then we're essentially giving our packaging away. People seem to forget this with online, that postage isn't just postage. It's not just Royal Mail or TPD. It's the packaging part of it.
Yeah.
It's the envelope, the box, the extras that go put in. That is all combined what you're paying for at the checkout. And we are trying keeping it as cheap as possible, but we're not going to race to give free postage or postage at a loss to us.
We spend so much money on postage.
We could go cheaper, but I'm not willing to send anything untracked. So we send 48 hours tracked. If we get to the checkout and it's 20p more for first class tracked, we'll just send it first class tracked. It's no skin off our
And we
nose.
pay it, yeah.
Yeah, and we pay the difference. Customers like that just frustrate me. And when they come in going, oh, you don't see yarn shops anymore, and then proceed to tell me how they go to Hobbycraft or the Range to buy their yarn because it's dead cheap.
I've never seen her before, and I doubt we'll ever see her again.
No.
Because even if she does realise that she's made a mistake and we aren't overpriced, I feel like she'd be embarrassed to come back in.
There are some things where we may be more expensive than other people. Some of that is because a lot of brands will say, it's not just £6 retail, they'll give you a range. So you might have, this can go from £4.15 to £4.35. And then we might choose the higher end because we run a shop. And that helps us pay our bills. In that case, we are going to be more expensive than other people. But then on the flip side, like when I was in John Lewis with you, we're selling warm and toasty for
£4.80?
Not warm and toasty, yummy, £4.80.
Yeah.
And John Lewis had it for what, £7 quid?
Something, yeah.
Which makes no sense whatsoever to me.
And we keep getting people coming over from John Lewis, who John Lewis staff have sent them for advice because they don't know the answer to the question. And that's rude on John Lewis's part, but also just proves why you need independent yarn shops.
Yeah. But it's like that person yesterday that was telling me about, she was looking for a yarn which we haven't got. It's one that we're going to bring in at some point. But she was looking at Amazon and she don't want to buy it on Amazon now because she doesn't get free postage. And I was up from 3 o'clock yesterday because of our daughter, so I was just not in the full head. And I just looked at her and said, well, going forwards, try and support your independent yarn shops online. They might be 50p or £1 more, but you're not just paying for yarn. Like, we from day one have always said that we're not just a yarn shop. We're here for advice. We're here if you want to pick our brains about something, if you need pattern advice or yarn advice or whatever it is. You're getting so much more for the money of the wool than you would if you went to John Lewis. Because people have come in before and gone, I've got this pattern and it's recommending Himalayan backward sheep that eats blooming wasps or something, and it's online for £45 a ball, and it's 12 grams a ball, what can I use instead? And we'll go through all of the advice. And sometimes you look at it and go, well, don't use that yarn because it is expensive and it's your first project. This is just as good, but 50% cheaper. You wouldn't get that in John Lewis.
No.
You won't get that from Amazon. You won't get that online. It's a faceless shopping experience.
And a lot of it is over the years of me knitting and shopping online. I've made all these mistakes myself and learned the hard way. So now I'm here to impart that knowledge so that people don't make that mistake. The amount of patterns that we see where they're telling you need 5 or 6 cable lengths for needles, so you're going to have to buy all these different needles. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's ridiculous. And I've got bags and bags at home of needles with all different cable lengths because I used to see that and go, okay, I need a 5mm and a 40cm, a 60cm and an 80cm for this pattern. No, you don't. Just do magic loop, do travelling loop. I will teach you how to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm sending it back. That's the...
Anyway, rant over. We're sending some yarn back.
Yeah, so we're sending it back. It was a tough decision, and I just think I can't have it sat down there not making any money when that money that we would be spending on keeping that yarn, I could spend on I've got a demon trying to escape, sorry. I could spend on sock wool. I could spend on
soft down.
Soft down, yeah.
When we saw, because we saw the previews of the yarn, and then we went to Surdan, we saw them in person. We loved it all, which is why we brought it all in. We was going to double up on one of them, but money-wise, we can't double up on everything.
No.
Even though logically it would have made sense because the Baby Chunky has done well. We were torn between the soft down and the stories, and based on the entire experience of having Serdar Stories DK, we chose to do that. In hindsight, we should have done the soft down because that has flown out.
Yeah.
It's people that Melissa popped in yesterday that's knitted with it. She's really enjoying using it. We've gave a ball to a customer to crochet with because we're not sure how it crochets, and we was asked, and I said, well, just have a ball of it and go
and let us know.
Be our guinea pig.
But that...
Is that next door's pipes or have our pipes burst?
No, it's not. But what I just had a thought then, and then it just went. What I was going to say was, we've never had anything like that before. I don't know any other brands that sell a wool like that, a yarn like that. So we had nothing to go off whether people are going to like it.
Flare is sort of, but that's a whole different kettle of fish that I don't want to get into.
No. So yeah, it's much better, a much smarter decision, business decision for us to spend that money on something that is going to come in, make us profit quicker. So then we can bring something else in.
Yeah, I think this past couple of months we've been talking about this. And a few people, I mentioned in a video talking about the stresses of running a yarn shop and like the way it's almost like gambling and stuff. And people have said they want to see that. So funnily enough, we did start filming that and I didn't like any of it. So it's in the bin, but we'll start again. At some point, since taking over the yarn shop, we've almost just been non-stop bringing new stuff in, letting stuff go, and then bringing new stuff. You're just constantly like testing the waters. The problem with that is cash flow just disappears immediately. So you start getting into this tricky position where we've got a lot of bills, but we've got a lot of bills because we're bringing a lot of yarns in that necessarily sit alongside yarns that we brought in that fly out. And we're learning now of what works, so that hopefully next year it's going to be a lot less stressful because we'll just stick to what we've got potentially, and then unless something amazing comes along, or unless it fills a need like we want to get a 50 or 100 gram glow in the dark yarn, I don't think there's a lot that we want to bring in.
No, it's been a year of growth, and we received our accounts back from our accountant for the first year of business a couple of days ago, and literally we've reinvested all of the profits.
Well,
from last year.
The double-digit profits that she said we'd made, we both just said, where are they?
But we've reinvested it all if we bring in a new range, we bought in Laxton's, that was over £1,000 that we had to find up front. And also, if we want to restock that, it's over £1,000. We don't have £1,000 just sat in
an
account anywhere. We have it in wool.
We're wool rich.
We're very rich in wool, but in actual money to buy stock up front, which some brands, especially if you are new to them, they don't all do terms. You have to buy it up front, and they all have minimum orders. Unfortunately for us, the minimum order for something like Laxton's is it 12 packs, 12 kilos. That's a lot. That is a lot to spend all at once.
When you're not sure if it's going to sell.
When you're not sure if it's going to sell. Well, we know that it is going to sell.
But
now.
when we did that initial investment, that was a lot of change.
Yeah.
That we saved up for. We put it into it because we believe in the brand and the product. And a part of us was like, well, it's not going to sell that well because it's quite expensive, 15, 16 quid. But at least we've got a British offering for the tourists and things.
Yeah.
The flipping issue is people really like it.
Yeah.
It's flown off the shelves. So now we're chasing ourselves trying to get it back up.
There was also, last year, we've stopped working with Rosario's 4 at the moment because we had to pay up front for our orders from there. And we have the mega wool mega chunky that we have from them, which is beautiful, so nice. I've got boxes of this sat downstairs that just doesn't sell.
But then last year, we had the King Cole version, which was about the same price.
It is, well, yeah, it was the same price. In fact, I think King Cole was more, and the colours were just pale, weren't they? So this is a better range of colours. It's just not selling, and it's been sat down there for a year now in the box. Some of the packets are unopened, so there's still 10 in there, and that was an investment that we had to pay up front for. I think that bill was over £3,000.
Yeah.
And it's sat downstairs, not making us any money, and I just can't do that anymore.
Well, yeah, it's stuff like that where it's. We had a King Cole version that flew out. We couldn't keep it in stock. Let's bring a better version of it at the same price.
With the better colour range.
With a better colour range. Because people kept saying, have you got a brighter blue or a softer green? So we've fulfilled that demand at a cost to us, investment-wise. And yeah, it's sat. Whereas the rest of that Rosario order flew out.
Yeah.
But then we can't bring that back in because it's a nightmare to bring in anyway. And it's just a huge investment. And because it's not from this country, you're not adding days on, you're adding weeks onto the order. So we save up a lot of money, we spend a lot of money, and then you wait weeks for it to come in. And then if it flies out, you're repeating that cycle. Whereas with Laxton's, it's 2 hours down the road. So when we get to a point of restocking it, it's a case of, okay, we can restock it. It'll be here in a couple of days. If somebody says, I want a pack of that, it's a lot easier to work stuff like that out. But you don't know this until you run a shop.
No.
And I think this is why...
And there's loads of new stuff that we want to bring in. We want to bring in that new stock yarn. There's Bar Mu that we want to bring in. But all of these things have got to be paid for up front.
Yeah.
And we can't do all of it all at once. So we've got to be very selective.
Because you can't go, right, but like we love Bar Mu, and we've showed a lot of people, and people are going Bar Mu, and it's same price as Laxton, so I do have confidence in that. Well then, like you say, it's an upfront cost, but then is that upfront cost better put on Lucas sock yarn because sock yarn will sell quicker, so then we could reinvest in both at the same time because of the money you make from the constant juggling act. It's hilarious.
It's really not.
But this is why I say support your local yarn shops. If you have a favourite yarn shop, give them a shout out below. Like, we want to do a condensed, 10-minute podcast, like a brew with, and talk to local yarn shops and people in the industry. Because I do think it's important to highlight what these people do, because it ain't easy.
No.
We talk to people and it's, I bet it's nice owning a yarn shop. It is quite nice, and it is quite nice being independent and working for yourself. But it is so stressful sometimes. And I'm a sucker for getting really worked up and stressed out if we don't have something that people want. It really bothers me. But my hands are tied. We buy in packs, we have minimum orders.
Mm.
I'd love to be in a position where all of our best sellers are on the shelves and there's packs of it downstairs. But that's going to be years in the making.
Mm.
I mean, as soon as the business loan's paid off,
Yeah.
that frees up a whole lot of cash. But it's getting to that point.
Just bear with.
Let's have a moment of silence while Hannah counts her stitches. Is that my sock?
It is, yeah.
Oh my God, Hannah's knitting my sock.
Um.
Shall we stop ranting?
Well, yeah, the business loan, because we bought the business, we are paying a loan back, and we've got that loan for 5 years. So we've already paid almost 1.5 years of it, but each month that is a huge amount that we have to pay. You know, when we took the business loan out, I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. That'll be fine.
I wasn't. I was looking at that number going, oh, right. But I had a job at the time.
Exactly.
that went
It comes
south.
round each month, and you're like, oh God, I've got to pay thousands.
But even though we are moaning,
Yes.
I still think, and there was a lady that was saying her daughter's always wanted to open a yarn shop.
Oh, I told her not to. I was like, don't bother.
I've been up since 3 a.m. Don't,
Get a real
don't do
job.
It. I still think if people are thinking about opening a yarn shop, have a crack and do it. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need to be rich. If you're passionate about crafts,
You've literally 1920. You've literally just sat for 10 minutes saying how much money you need.
yeah. No, but if you want to start out small, you could start on markets. We've seen a thing about markets where you don't see a lot of wool shops.
Mm.
And you could very easily start small and build your way up.
But you don't see a lot of wool shops. Is there a reason for that? Because we've done markets and they've been really successful. And then we did a market the other week and we took £40.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the market. I think people don't do it because it is an absolute balling.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Getting all the stock and trying to decide what stock to take and then filling the car and getting it to... It is a massive faff.
I think did we touch on this on another video, like the investment of doing a market as well?
Certainly.
Yeah.
But do it. If you want to open a yarn shop, go for it. Let us know if you do it and we'll send chocolates and a condolence card. You know what? We'll be sat here in 2 years, 4 years time after that business loan going, God, this is great.
Yeah. Well, we'll be paying
And
ourselves.
I probably won't have a shirt with a massive, hole in it.
I need to repair it again. Yeah, after we've paid the business loan, we'll be able to take a wage. So we've only got 3.5 years left.
Yeah, we got our first year of accounts, and how much was it we'd spent on entertainment for ourselves?
£130.
Oh,
We've
God.
paid ourselves an average of £4.50 an hour for the past 1.5 years.
And that just goes on
I was
our
telling-
running costs at home.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. That just pays for our bills at home, and we don't have any spending money ourselves. Apart from the £130, that's like £11 a month.
Check us out.
Wow, that's a McDonald's. That's not even a
That's not
McDonald's.
even a McDonald's. I was going to say that's 2 meal deals, but I don't think it is.
No. Oh God, how sad. But anyway, that's that.
Well, speaking of entertainment, should we talk about Manchester?
Did we not do that? Oh no, we haven't.
No,
been,
we
have
haven't.
We? Okay, sure.
What time are we on?
I
I've
don't
got
know.
5 minutes, fine, we can tell this. So, it was our anniversary a couple of weeks back.
Nobody comes in anyway at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. No, one person does, and it's usually to ask for a yarn that we don't. The Himalayan sheep wool that eats wasps. Yeah, so we went to Manchester for our anniversary.
Yeah.
We didn't stay in Travelodge. It was like the next one up from a Travelodge, but it felt posher than it is. Is that the way to describe it?
Possibly. It was called Metro One.
Metro One. The chairs weren't stained, and the lifts worked. That's what I'm basing quality on. But yeah, we booked this in Feb.
January. Yeah.
Because we went to see Lord Hurren down in Manchester, and it was
Up in
Up.
Manchester.
so it's like, well, let's make a weekend away of it. Our daughter's going to stay with in-laws.
For the first time ever.
Yeah, and we'll go to a gig. We can have a chilled time in Manchester. Stay at this hotel, and we'll get our first lie-in 3 years.
Well, 4 years. She's nearly 4. Yeah.
And we went to the gig. It was great. Got to bed. Bed was really comfy. Couldn't hear a sound in that hotel room. It was glorious.
Mm-hmm.
7 o'clock in the morning, fire alarm went off. Now, my immediate thought was, that'll just go straight back off. Somebody's flicked the long switch. No, the fire alarm continued, and it wasn't just an ear-piercing screech. It was like a voice going, "This is the fire alarm. Please evacuate the building." I still wasn't convinced that this was a real thing, so I was putting my boots on dead slowly as Hannah's like, "Come on, let's go."
I was stood by the door, dressed, with my shoes on, and Dan was taking so long. Ugh.
Well, anyway, we heard people outside, so it was obviously like, right, people are actually evacuating. The thing is, I don't want to evacuate the hotel, and then we're the early numpties outside at the fire point, and everyone's looking at us from the windows going, "Idiots." So we evacuated the hotel at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'd just been jolted awake. Turns out it was a fire drill. An accidental fire drill. It was supposed to go off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know about the 2 o'clock in the afternoon thing until we checked out, and there was a piece of paper on a sign. So our first night away with our daughter.
Our first lie-in.
And we was up at 7 in the morning for a fire drill. And then we had a breakfast, and it wasn't a cooked breakfast, it was continental. Which to me isn't a breakfast, it's an absolute con and depression on the plate.
Well, I said there's no point in going, we won't be able to get back to sleep now, we may as well just go for breakfast. And also everybody else went back to bed, so breakfast was quite empty, wasn't it? The toaster wouldn't work, it was just warm bread.
The coffee was awful.
I had a cup of tea, it wasn't very good. But as we was eating the breakfast, I realised I had my trousers on inside out. So then I was so conscious that I had my trousers on inside out. So we went for a second breakfast, didn't we?
Yeah, we had second breakfast. We had continental pastries and whatever. Like, who wants salami and warm bread at 7 in the morning?
Well, I think that was for the croissants you put it, the ham and stuff on there.
I was struggling with the zip in my coat. I couldn't function.
I thought you were going to really enjoy having the meats and cheeses.
Meats and cheeses.
Spread diseases. Always pleases.
Meats and cheeses, always pleases. That's life motto number 1.
I thought you was really going to enjoy it, and I kept trying to get you to eat it, and you wouldn't.
I couldn't function.
I had the biggest breakfast, and then we had a second breakfast as well.
Which was a lot better.
But we had this breakfast, and I chose the one that had what is it called? A frying steak?
Yeah.
A minute steak on, because I've really been craving steak. But because I'm pregnant, I can't have steak cooked medium, and that's how I like it, medium rare. So I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna really curb that steak craving. This steak, it was like this long,
Size of a postage stamp,
and an inch thick. Like, it wasn't worth it at all having that piece of steak on. It was really nice. The bag that I had, the one mouthful. Yes, please, I'll have a full one.
I'm sorry, was that just the taster? Is it like when you buy a bottle of wine?
That's what I mean. It was just, I was like, what is this? This is not.
But of course,
not
it's us. So
yeah,
everything we do, we end up in a weird pickle of some sort.
yeah.
But I can't believe how well, because we saw Lord Horan at the O2. If you're an O2 member, and if you are an O2 member, you go to gigs, use your O2 app and you get a separate queue, so you get priority access. Which fell apart anyway, because they just, I don't know what happened, but we had a separate queue and we was quite close to the front, and then all of a sudden he moved us round, and then we ended up
Not close
close to the front. But somehow we got side of the stage for Hannah.
What do you mean for me?
Because you're pregnant. But then this girl's friend showed up 10 minutes after we'd got there and tried to push Hannah out of the way. And I immediately was like, bitch, no. And argued with her. So her friends were just deaf staring me the whole show. But we managed to get a good spot for the show.
She didn't try to push me out of the way. She did push me out of the way.
Yeah, and then I got involved. We got a good spot for the show. We somehow managed to buy a signed poster at the end of the show, which I was convinced would have sold out at the start.
That goes on next year's entertainment expenses.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was a really nice time in Manchester. I just wish I could have had a lion.
Yeah, me too.
But it's awesome.
And then we were going to go to Yarndale. Like, that was last weekend. I think we said in our last podcast that we were going to Yarndale. We decided not to because we couldn't be bothered. We've been to loads of trade shows over the last couple of months, and we went to Manchester as well. We've been up the M1 up north 3 or 4 times in the last 6 weeks. I couldn't be bothered to drive to Yorkshire, to Skipton, to Yarndale.
I'm wondering next year if we should do a coach party.
I'm not sure.
Because then you don't have to drive.
But I'll have a child.
And I can finally fulfill my destiny of wearing a little hat and a microphone going, hello, campers.
Maybe. If anybody's interested, please let us know. I know that Eleanor used to do Yarndale trips. So maybe somebody just tried the door. So maybe we'll think about it. But yeah, we decided not to go. Also, the tickets, it was £20 each, wasn't it? So that's £40. On top of the petrol we're going to have to pay to get up there. The 2.5 hour, 3 hour journey there and back. And the food. And also what you're going to spend when you're there. Because there's no way that you're going to go to Yarndale and not spend any money. We just decided not to do it.
Yeah, because we've got bills to pay.
Yeah, and sleep to be had.
And it was sort of a last minute thing for us. Not like when we went to the Bakewell one, we decided a few months in advance. We had time to prepare and
yeah. Well, the Stafford one is later this month, so we could go to that if we want to. We'll have to decide, have a look who's going, and see if we want to go, because it was in Bakewell last year, it's in Stafford this year, so it might be interesting because it's at a new place. But also, if it's just the same vendors as last year, do we need to go?
Well, this is it. Maybe next year, so we've got more time to prepare and save up.
We'll have to have a think. But I think that's the only thing that we've done this month. It's been quite quiet, hasn't it?
I think if the coach trip things go well, though, I know I've spoken to you before, I'd be great if we could take people to Laxton's, for example.
Yeah.
Or to Bar MU and do factory tours and things. Even to Sirdar.
If they do that.
For an afternoon. So, yeah, let us know down below. Would you be up for coach trips and days out?
Let's go to the beach.
That'd be a laugh.
Beach. Let's go get away. We'll have a day trip to Skeg.
No. No.
You don't just mean like a social trip. We could go to the Science Museum.
Hello, welcome to the Nottingham Tours. Oh, we're going to a yarn factory? No. We're going to the arcades at Skeg. Who's got their pennies? Woohoo!
That's just us becoming tour guides. Maybe we should. That's a side quest.
Yeah.
A side
my
business.
destiny.
You'd be so good as a tour guide. I feel like that's your calling.
Bingo.
Oh yeah, we could
Two
do
fat
bingo.
ladies, 88, all on its own, number one.
We could do bingo on the bus.
Two little ducks, 44.
No, that's 22.
Two little ducks, 22.
44 don't look like ducks.
Two fat ladies, 88, all in a row, number 11. So when I used to be in bands and we used to do sound check, I used to do bingo calling just to completely confuse the sound guy.
But that's the only numbers that you know.
I used to know a lot more because I spent all my holidays at Skeggy playing bingo. That's my other side hustle.
Have we got anything else to tell everyone?
We've moaned.
Oh, this yarn.
Yeah.
We talked about it, but it hadn't arrived last time, so now we can show you, because this is a good example of spending your money in the right place, because we bought this in the
Ugga Bugga Wugga.
we bought this in that we saw at the knit show that we went to at the beginning of September, was it? Yeah. And we weren't sure if it was going to sell. It's hand-dyed. This is beautiful. It's hand-dyed, but it's like mass-produced hand-dyed. Is that a good way to describe it?
Which I was on two fences about, because it says Knit Pro, which already scares me.
It's Knit Pro brand who do all of the needles and the notions and everything.
And mass-produced hand-dye, which I don't know, because people that buy hand-dye, a lot of them are very particular about what they...
Well, you buy it, and you buy it from an independent dyer, and it's beautiful. You spend £20-ish on a skein, or 25 on a sock set. I love it. I've got loads of it at home. I'll never stop loving it. But this is like a way for people to buy a hand-dyed yarn for less, because it's only £14 a skein.
Yeah.
Really good for socks, garments. I've got so many garments that I've knit out of hand-dyed sock yarn, and it costs a lot. But this is a cheaper way to do it. It's lovely, and we've restocked it 3 times.
And
in
introduced,
2 weeks or 3 weeks.
I think we've introduced 3 or 4 new colours in that time.
So we started off with 4 colours, and now we've got 7 colours. And we've had to restock it 3 times because people are just loving it. So I'm so pleased that people are loving it, and it's a little bit more accessible for people who wouldn't necessarily be able to spend money on hand-dyed. And also, once you've knit it up, who's going to know that it's Knit Pro?
Well, I had a conversation with someone yesterday that bought some, and I was saying about the Knit Pro label. She was like, yeah, but I buy Knit Pro needles because of the quality of them. So to me, I just know it's going to be quality because of that.
Yeah,
I
really
didn't see
like
it
this
like
one.
that.
That is so nice. But I have, this one. So I've got a skein of this one. I'll talk about it in my project video. I've got a skein of this one that I want to do a shawl with, a scarf, because I found them really useful last winter in the shop. And I've also got a couple of balls of Fibre Space Cumulus that I want to do something like put them together, but not hold them double, just like make it a bit of a feature on the scarf, because you've got like this kind of colour that you were going to do a shawl with, do you remember? And then you're not using it now, so I thought I could use that, and I'm pretty sure I've got some of the ruby red from when I did that sample left. So I'm going to do something with that. It's lovely. Love it.
Well, if you hold that up, if I can remember to do it, so there should be a pop-up box somewhere now. And if you click it, you'll be able to go see this colour. And
we
all
have
the
a new
colours.
feature on
Yes.
YouTube.
We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers as well.
Yes, by Christmas. Not sure if we'll do it.
We'll try.
We will
really
try.
should open the shop, by the way. It's like 10 past.
But yes, we've got a new feature on YouTube, so you can now shop all the things that we talk about in the video, and it comes up in a little thing down here. So yes, we've got somebody who will not stop shaking the door, so we're gonna have to go.
Yeah. But I really like the hand-dyed.
I love it.
And the fact that it's like the opal in the sense that we can buy 1 ball of sock yard at a time.
Yes, we don't have to buy it in packs. We can buy single skeins, which is really good again, because you don't have to invest a lot.
Well, that's why
one
we've
go.
introduced new colours, because we can buy 2 at a time, because that's what fits on our hangers. So we can just bring 2 balls in when we restock Knit Pro needles.
Yeah.
And if it sells well, brilliant, we'll restock that. And then, so I think it's just a nice gradual increase of the stock over time.
And there's still loads more colours that we've not looked at. So yeah, we will keep you updated on it.
Yeah. Right, shall we open the shop?
Let's open the shop for this person who won't stop
Yeah.
shaking the door because it's...
Thank you to everyone that's watched this far. Let us know what you're working on.
Yes.
And look out for next week's video.
Oh, here we go. Next week, project video.
Yeah. Right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.